Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So this video is about a romantic interest of yours. You're probably not in a relationship yet, and if you are, it's probably in the early stages. And this is just to see if you're compatible, is it going to work out, are they interested in you? So we have 3 piles today. So the first one has green aventurine, the second one has rose quartz, and the third one has brecciated jasper. So if you haven't chosen yet, just pause the video because I'm going to start with the first pile. So we've got the 5 of Swords, the Chariot, Death, the 10 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the 4 of Wands. So this card is about the advantages of the relationship. So this card's all about conflict. So this probably is here to say that you're good at fighting. So you're good at handling the conflict that you have with each other. You can handle that maturely and have a really open communication with each other. They're probably someone who's going to be really straightforward and honest with you. Neither of you are trying to manipulate each other. You just tell them straight out how you see things. And then this is the obstacle of the relationship, is the Chariot. So there are probably going to be lots of differences of opinion. So you're probably in really different places in your life. You're very different people with different worldviews. So this could have the potential to really push you to grow, both of you to grow as individuals and as a couple. But this is just a warning that it's not always going to be easy or comfortable. So it might feel like you're both heading in opposite directions, and it's really difficult to stay together through that because you're being drawn apart. And lots of different obstacles will come your way that pull you in different directions. You may also need to both work on your pride and your ego so that you're not controlling the other partner and you're not being controlled by them, because you have 2 very different ways of seeing the world. You could butt heads a lot, and that's okay as long as you're both equals. The relationship can only work as long as you're both on equal standing with each other. So this is what you could learn from the relationship. So it looks like there's going to be a lot of growth in this relationship. You'll transform a lot. You'll discover new sides of yourself that you hadn't discovered before. You'll constantly be challenging each other's ideas and thoughts and pulling each other into new experiences because you're so different. You'll do things that you wouldn't have done if you weren't inside that relationship. So you'll be forever changed by this relationship and you'll emerge as a new person. You may also be able to work through some of the baggage you've accrued from previous relationships or from your childhood, and you'll be able to really put that past behind you. And you might also learn what's really important to you. It could open your mind to things that you've previously written off. And so this is your attraction to them. Are you attracted to them? And this is a definite yes. It looks like you can already see yourself getting married and having kids. You see them as spouse material. And then their attraction to you. So to know if they're attracted to you, you just have to ask them. They might not have even entertained the possibility before, or maybe it's just something that's occurred to them recently. So it might take you coming straight out and confessing your attraction for them to actually see it as a possibility. And because it looks like they're a very honest, straightforward person, so they will probably appreciate that in a partner. And then this is the probable outcome. And this looks like there's good news. It looks like you'll get together, actually. You could possibly get married, you could possibly have kids. So it looks like this relationship is quite promising. So now we're on to number 2, the rose quartz. So we've got the Ace of Cups, the Father of Pentacles, the Three of Wands, the Emperor, the King of Swords, and the Magician. So the Ace of Cups is the advantages of the relationship, what would be good about the relationship. So it looks like it would be a really emotional relationship. You'd get lots of emotional support from this person. They're probably quite generous and giving. I think it'll be very loving, very comfortable, quite sweet and compassionate, and it looks like you'll have a lot of happy times with that person and make lots of happy memories. So an obstacle could be, well, this could go either way. It could be that they're a bit stubborn, and this could make them easily become quite boring. The relationship could get bland very quickly. He might be, I keep saying he because it seems like there's lots of masculine energy, so it seems like it's likely that your love interest is a man or they have masculine energy themselves. So yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean they're a man, they could just have masculine energy, but I'm just going to keep saying he for simplicity. So it looks like he doesn't really like to get out of his comfort zone, but on the other hand, it could be that he could become controlling. So if you ever feel like that's happening, if you ever feel fearful or like you're changing yourself to please him, then that's a sign that he's too controlling and you should get out now while you still can. So that's a bit of a warning there. And then lesson, this is what you will learn from the relationship, is the Three of Wands, is it could give you a secure, kind of like a safety net, so you feel comfortable to really develop yourself, take some leaps of faith in your own personal life, and know that you can always come back to the relationship for safety. Maybe they'll provide you with like secure financial background. They could be quite wealthy, so that could give you the opportunity to do a lot of things that you couldn't before. On the other hand, in the case that he is controlling, like it might be that you actually learn about what red flags are in a relationship, so you know what to avoid in the next relationship to find some healthy boundaries. So then this is your attraction to them. Are you attracted to them? What are you attracted to in them? And the Emperor is the father figure. So he could remind you of your father or have kind of a fatherly vibe that you kind of admire. You could be attracted to the stability that they could provide. They could have kind of a grounding aura. They could be a bit dominant and you find that dominance attractive. And then this is their attraction to you. So they could like the way that you make them feel important and knowledgeable and intelligent, and they could like the authority that they have over you. And they also might enjoy your conversations and find them really intellectually stimulating and feel like they've found a bit of an equal in that area, a bit of an intellectual equal. So the outcome is that this is what's going to happen, is it meant to be, and it really depends on you here. You have the power to manifest it if you want to, you have the power to prevent it from happening. It really depends on your decision, and whether it's right for you. If there have been a few warnings in this spread, so if you feel like this isn't really what you're after, then maybe you want to manifest a different relationship. And if you pass this one by, you will be able to find someone different who's more suitable for you. But if this is the kind of relationship you're looking for, then it looks like it can happen. But just make sure that it's coming from a place of empowerment. Okay. So number 3, the brachiated jasper. We've got the Daughter of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the 8 of Cups, the 2 of Pentacles, the 3 of Cups, and the 2 of Cups. So we've got a lot of cups in this spread. Cups are all about romance and emotions. So, I mean, it's quite fitting that it would come up in a relationship reading. So, advantages is that it looks like it'll be a very romantic relationship. They'll be very romantic, very sweet. They'll be quite emotional, sensitive. The relationship could be quite idyllic. I think they're quite a creative person. Obstacles of the relationship is that you'll have to be patient with them. You might get frustrated by them. They might be a bit immature and emotionally immature and too sensitive sometimes, so that could create a lot of frustration. There may be many times where you reevaluate the relationship and whether it's worth it, and you may consider breaking up with them a few times. And you know that immaturity can be quite attractive to you because they have a youthful spirit that's kind of spontaneous, but in the long run it could be more effort than it's worth. So that's up to you to decide, and it'll be something that it looks like you'll be thinking about and weighing up. So what you could learn from this relationship is that since it will be a highly emotional relationship, they'll teach you a lot about your emotions and what's important for you to be emotionally fulfilled. So you might find yourself getting more in touch with your emotional side, your spiritual side, and leave behind things in your life that are dull and that don't speak to you anymore. Your attraction to them. So you might not actually be quite sure whether they're right for you at this moment. You might not be fully set on this person or quite sure whether they're right for you. Maybe you have another love interest at the same time and you're trying to weigh up which one is better. Maybe you can't decide whether the relationship is worth the effort and the emotional investment that might be involved. You might be just interested in dating casually, or you might not want to give up dating other people at the same time. And then their attraction to you. It looks like they see you as a good friend and really enjoy your company. And it looks like they have a lot of fun with you and you laugh a lot when you're with each other. And so they really value that in you and they value your relationship. And then the probable outcome is the 2 of Cups. So it looks like you are compatible and there's definitely a connection there. So there's a possibility that they could ask you out. It looks like they might be the one initiating this one. So it looks like there's definitely a potential for you to start dating. I don't know whether this is a long-term relationship. I guess it depends on what you decide, whether you decide that it's worth it. But whatever length the relationship is, it looks like it'll be a really sweet, nice relationship and you'll have some memories that you'll treasure for a long time. Okay, so thank you for watching the video. If you like it, then subscribe because more videos will be coming out soon. And I would really appreciate it if you comment with feedback for how this reading was, how accurate it was, and anything that you would like to see in the future. Thank you.